That's not exactly true. Well, I mean, I had, let's, for example, I had, let's, blah, 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 blah. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Kelly and I am just trying to lose some weight. Yesterday was Saturday, and whatever day you were probably watching this on Monday. But Saturday is my weigh-in day, and like that would imply, I weighed in. So last week I weighed in at 195.6. This week I weighed in at 194.8. So I lost 0.8 pounds, so a pound. And I am thrilled with that because it was touch and go there for a while. Y'all know that I weigh myself pretty much every day just to keep tabs on it. I know that you're not supposed to do that, and it's horrible for your mental health to do that, and I get it, but it's something I've always done, and it's something that I always will do. So it was touch and go. I did not think I was going to lose this week, and I thought I was actually going to gain. I'm trying to implement more spontaneous eating things. And the reason for that is I'm trying, really trying not to get completely obsessive. I have mentioned here before, I have a tendency towards disordered eating. I have had eating disorders in the past. I've had disordered eating in the past. I don't know if there's a difference between the two, but in my mind there is. Eating disorder is one thing. Disordered eating is sort of on the path to the eating disorder. Anyway, I don't know if that's actually a functionally true thing, but that's how, when I refer to it, that's how I mean it. So I have a tendency towards that, and I tend to get obsessive, especially if I'm doing really well, and I'll find myself getting very upset if a monkey wrench is thrown into my meal plan for the day. So, for example, let's say I had my entire day planned out, which I tend to do because it's just easier to know what I'm going to eat. That's the way to stay consistent for me. And I have my dinner planned, and I get home and my husband's already cooking something else because I didn't tell him what I wanted for dinner. And I get upset, like unjustifiably livid. I don't show him that because it's not his fault. And even I know that I'm being completely irrational, but I have in the past like freaked out in my head. Like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Now I've got to recalculate my calories, and I've already eaten half my calories for the day. And oh my God, what if I go over my calories? That is disordered eating to me, because it should not be that big of a deal. It is one day. It's one meal. And I own that. I do that, and I'm trying really hard not to. So I'm trying to implement nights where I don't know what's going to be for dinner. A night when we go out somewhere and I can't calculate. I can only just make the best decision from the menu because I don't know how many calories are in these things. I have to guesstimate. And I think that is healthy for sustainable weight loss. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to have every single calorie counted every single day. That's just not sustainable. And if it gets me that upset when somebody throws a piece of pizza into my schedule, I can't live that way. And I know that's a slippery slope for me. So I am trying to make it so that I have these things every so often, and it doesn't, my brain has to adapt and not go crazy. So we had movie night not this past Thursday, but the Thursday before that. Riff Tracks came out with their Return to Swamp Thing, which was really funny. That movie is so bad. So bad. Which is why, that's why it's perfect for Riff Tracks. If you're not familiar with Riff Tracks, it was an offshoot of Mystery Science Theater 3000. Google it. They're hilarious. It's just hilarious. It's just basically they play a really, really bad movie and then they make fun of it the entire time. And it's just hilarious. So, but we didn't know what we were going to do beforehand. We had some time beforehand and we thought, well, we could go shopping because it's at the mall. Or, Rob was like, let's just wing it. And I was like, I don't know how to wing it. I don't know. I need to know what I'm going to be eating. So I played some different scenarios in my head, like if we ate at the theater, what I would get. But we ended up going to a restaurant and I didn't know what was, what it was, because it wasn't a chain restaurant. I couldn't look it up on MyFitnessPal. So I went in and I just made the best decision. So I don't know if I stayed within my calories on that Thursday. I did the best I could. And then this past Friday, I did that again. I went out to dinner with my girlfriends. We went to a pizza place and I didn't know what I look at the menu ahead of time. I try to see what I want to get, but we eat family style. So I didn't know what they were going to get. So I just did the best I could. I ate the best. When my friend got a deep dish Chicago style pizza, I had the teeniest quarter of it. I didn't go whole hog, but I still had some. And so I'm trying to get into that mentality where I'm okay with things being thrown at me and I can adapt. And even if I don't make the best decision, is it really the end of the world? I may gain a pound. I may gain 2 pounds. I may even do better than I thought. So anyway, there were a couple of instances last week and the week before where I had a couple of things thrown at me and I didn't know exactly what my calories were. And as I was watching the scale this past week, it started to kind of go up a little bit. But in the end, it obviously, I ended up losing almost a pound. So I'm happy with that. I'm also happy with the fact that I'm doing this, that I'm challenging myself to break the cycle of having to know every single calorie that I'm going to have that day. That is just so bad for me. It's so bad for my mental health. And the fact that I get mad when I don't know, like it's a surprise to me, that's just a huge red flag. So I need to dial it back and I need to give myself these challenges and tell myself and believe myself when I tell myself that it's okay. It's okay. Even if I gain weight because I was out having fun or my husband was a doll enough to make me dinner after I had a bad day, it's okay. I'll lose it in the next couple of weeks. It's not the end of the world. And it feels like it at the time. And that's so stupid. And it's hard. It's really hard. But that just shows me that it's not healthy. And I know it. So that's what I'm doing. Sorry. Anywho's it. So one thing we did not celebrate with food, but we did celebrate was we had our 22-year wedding anniversary this past Friday. And that was the night that I went out with my girlfriends because I had completely forgotten. I knew it was coming up and I knew the date. And then when I realized it was my anniversary, I emailed my husband and I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm a horrible wife, but I'm going to cancel. And what do you want to do? And he wrote back and he was like, I know how hard it is for you guys to get together, so do not cancel your plans. And we have the whole weekend. We'll figure something out. And I was like, and that is a testament to why we have been married for 22 years. Because he's just good. So yes, we have been married for 22 years. We have been together for 23 because we got married the year to the date that we met. And I'm not sure if I've told this story before, but just a little background. I met my husband 23 years ago in Las Vegas. I was on vacation with my mom. We had never been to Vegas, and my husband was on vacation with his buddy, and he'd been to Vegas before. But anyway, we ended up meeting up, and many drinks were had, and we were good. We didn't do anything bad other than like making out in the hallway at Circus Circus. I mean, I tried to be bad. But my husband has this thing where he honestly has no clue when a woman's like hitting on him. I mean, he knew I was hitting on him. We'd kissed, but we'd only met, there was a weekend thing. So the first night we had played blackjack, and we were winning. We won like $250. And I kept saying to me like, wow, that's enough for a hotel room. And he was just like, no clue. Because I was staying with my mom and he was staying with his buddy. So we couldn't like, anyway. So we had that lovely weekend. We went out to dinner the second night, and we just made out in the hallway, got drunk. It was Vegas, but we didn't do anything naughty. And I'm kind of glad, because I feel like if we had, that would have been like, I would have come home and been like, well, it was just a drunken Vegas thing. That's what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So instead I came home, and this was back in the height of AOL Messenger, and we would message back and forth and email. And so that we met in August of 1999. And then in September of 1999, he cashed in his frequent flyer miles. He was living in Arizona at the time. I was living in Maine. So he cashed in his frequent flyer miles, and he flew out to visit me for like an extended weekend. I think it was like maybe 4 days. And we got a hotel room. Then we did do something naughty. we got a hotel room. He met my mom. Technically, he'd kind of met her in Vegas, but and we did the tourist thing, and she drove us around, and so they kind of, she got to know him quite a bit. And then he flew home, and I remember dropping him off at the airport, and I came home. I was still living with my mom, and I walked in the front door, and she was like, well, and I was like, I think I'm moving to Arizona. And she was like, yeah, I figured. And my mom had never liked any boyfriend I'd ever had up until that point, because to be fair, I didn't really like any boyfriend that I'd had up until that point. I used to chase them until I caught them, and then the challenge was over, and then on to the next. But she liked him. And so that was September. So August, September, October, I ended up getting laid off at the bank that I worked at, and I had no reason to stay. So he paid for me to fly out to Arizona, and I moved in with him. And then in November, we came out here into California because his parents lived here. So we came out to his parents for Thanksgiving. That was my first time meeting them, and we got engaged. And so within 4 months, we met, and I moved in with him, and then we got engaged. And then we got married a year to the date that we met in Las Vegas. And we did an 80s hairband wedding. They didn't actually officially have an 80s hairband wedding, but they were willing to work with us. And it was okay. They had a Steven Tyler lookalike. He didn't look anything like Steven Tyler. And that's not who we would have picked, but that was the closest thing they had to a hairband. So it was funny. We literally passed out flyers at our works. We were like, because it was like a 5-hour drive from Arizona. We're like, come party with us. We're getting married. And we did. And so that's the story of my husband and I. And the rest, as they say, is history. 23 years. So I suppose I've yammered on long enough. But I'm done. I'm done talking. So I lost a pound this week. I am happy with it because I wasn't sure I was going to lose anything at all. And possibly I thought I was going to gain. So I will take another pound gone. That is, I am 80 pounds down. Super, super thrilled. I'm still thinking about what I want for my reward when I hit 100 pounds down. I kind of have an idea, but I'm not sure on it. But I'll let you guys know when it's definite. So, all right. If you have enjoyed any part of this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you guys next time.